Okay guys, so real quick, I just gave this little half-gallon sprayer, it's called a Flowmaster, a good run, and I love it. Okay, this is now my new favorite greenhouse tool, gardening tool, farm tool. I mean, I'm telling you guys, in the summertime, yeah, he's loving it. Hold on, you guys, you gotta see Alyssa's invention here. Duck in a basket. Leo, say hi. She's obsessed with this duck. I love it. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go through really quick and tell you guys my must-haves right now. Okay, just for your basic gardening. Okay, this sprayer right here is phenomenal. Definitely a fine mist. Okay, and you can. I love this. This is for when they're brand new fresh babies. You don't have to worry about, you can use a spray bottle too, okay, but you need something that's got a nice fine mist like this. This will always be my go-to for that, okay? And now, especially like for foliar feeding, I really like to do a gentle foliar feeding. I like having the wand because I can get underneath the leaves. So like I have a, well, not no more, but I had a backpack style one, so I'd wear it on my back and I could just like go through the rows and use the wand and go up and foliar feed underneath at sunset once there was not going to be any more light on them. Perfect thing to have. Okay, then you guys, is the Garden Armor. Okay, the Garden Armor set. This is like 30 bucks. I think it's 30 with tax on Amazon. I just bought one as a gift and they are amazing. It comes in a 4-piece set. Okay, everybody needs to have one good set of tools, okay, hand tools, because even if you're using raised beds or container gardening, or if you're gardening on a huge scale like I am on a farm, you always want to have a good set of hand tools, because no matter what, you're going to start with these bad boys. So it's got a great one here for transplanting. It's got this one here so you can kind of, it's like a little baby broad fork. You can just kind of fork the ground, loosen up your soil. Really great one. You can pull weeds with it. This is amazing, guys. Okay, it's not only does it have the prong in the front to cut and like pull up the weeds with, it's also got a little knife right here so you can cut your twine on it. Hello, but it's also got the harvesting blade here too, so if you're trying to harvest asparagus or something like that, you can literally saw them off. Most of you guys can snap if you have a small garden, but I really love that. It's a great tool. And then who doesn't love a good spade? The shape of this spade is phenomenal for digging. These are really great stainless steel. So that is my next go-to must-have. Labels of any kind and a good permanent pin. These ones I got online. They came with the pin and it was definitely worth what I had ordered them for. I don't even remember what I paid for them. I got them on Amazon as well. I'll try to link them for you, but tags are important. If you're using cups, you guys, you can skip the tags. Get a really good permanent pen and write on your cups like that there. You can just write your whatever you're growing right on them. But because we use all different types of containers, I like to have my labels. This sprayer, you guys, this Flowmaster is off the hook. This is now my like from spring to summer transition sprayer. I have my limitations with my health and like what I can hold weight wise and stuff on my joints. And this bad boy right here, it's amazing. So definitely worth like the $6-ish that we paid for it. This came from Walmart. And then my last two must-have items is Super Thrive and rooting powder, guys. So when you're germinating things, if you are trying to germinate something and you're like, I don't really know if this is gonna work out or not, throw a little rooting hormone powder in with it. If you got some old seeds or something, this is kind of like my trick, I guess you would say, that I've used for years. My grandma did it and so I do it, and we kind of just do these generational things that we've learned and they work, so we continue to do them. So rooting hormone, rooting tone, rooting powder, whatever you want to call it, definitely something that you want to keep in your greenhouse tool belt. And you guys, a greenhouse could be anything. It could literally be a sheet of plastic over whatever cups, containers you're using at the time. You can really do a lot with a greenhouse effect. So when I'm saying the greenhouse, I mean whatever type of greenhouse you're working with, gardening station, you got it, okay? And then Super Thrive, guys. This right here, it is literally amazing. It's been around since 1940. I have been using this for years. I use this as a foliar feed. I water it in. I also use hydrogen peroxide. We'll go into that later, but that's my next step. These plants are now big enough to start receiving hydrogen peroxide, and it just gives them an oxy boost, and they are like, boom, they love it. So those are my must-haves for your basic garden greenhouse starting. And of course, a really good soil mix. You guys can start with anything. I always tell people, like, even if you have to dig some dirt out of your ground, start somewhere. Something is better than nothing. For my seedling starter mix, I either do cocoa fiber or peat moss, one or the other, and I do vermiculite and perlite. So 50% of my mix is vermiculite and perlite, and the other 50% is either cocoa fiber or peat moss. So I'm going to be doing a blend of that. I'll have a video coming out. This one that I did previously, earlier in the season, was done with some manure in it as well, because I had some leftover manure bags. But this is going to be just a soilless mix, no manure, and that's where stuff like this comes in, because you want to make sure that you're giving your plants some nutrients. I guess I'll add one more thing in, guys. One more, and that is a basic organic all-purpose granular feed. And this, the reason for it is you don't want to give it to your plants until they're growing, because you want your seeds to shoot out roots. So that's where the rooting hormone comes in. You want them to promote roots, okay? Root growth, root health, and then they will grow into beautiful plants. But once you've got a nice plant growing like so, you can sprinkle a little bit of this granulated organic all-purpose fertilizer on there, and it's going to go ahead, and as your plants are absorbing nutrients from drinking the water, it's going to slowly feed your plants and really give you a nice healthy transplant for when it's time to transplant. So I didn't count how many that was, but that's my tips and tricks for my greenhouse gardening, my springtime starts, and how I feel I have a better advantage with myself if I have these things in my tool belt and I'm utilizing them and I have them on hand to use. It really does give me a higher success rate with my growing. So I hope these things were helpful for you guys. I hope that you guys are enjoying the content that we're putting on our channel. I have so many different videos coming out. There's so many different things going on in our life right now, between our house and the farm and everything, and we've got this shelter in place quarantine happening across the nation. So it gives us a little extra time to really dig in to things like this. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Get your hands dirty and have some fun. Grow some food for your family, your neighbors, your community, whatever it is. But if you have a seed, plant it. God bless, guys.